This play is a pretty wild play. It might be one of the highlights of the Minnesota Vikings entire season. Kind of like an immaculate reception. That was pretty cool.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
I'm the Ranting Packers Fan, and this is Skelly coming to you from Lambeau West. Well, the Packers are the number 1 seed in the NFC with a win over the Vikings by the score of 37-10. It was one heck of a game. It was low scoring for a while. The Packers only had 2 field goals, and then there was a touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers to Allen Lazard. What a game. It started out at 11 degrees, and I believe it was somewhere around 8 by the time the game was over. It was a chilly one. Those fans were out there on those benches at Lambeau Field, freezing off their bazungas. Skelly says it would have been downright bone-chilling. And what about that referee? That referee was not feeling well, or something happened there, and Skelly about had to go in and substitute for that ref. Well, I have some stats here. Passing, Aaron Rodgers was 29 for 38 for 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception, and a quarterback rating of 114.8. Jordan Love even got in on the deal. He was in there for a little bit at the end. He was 2 for 4 for 19 yards. For rushing, Jones was 8 attempts for 76 yards. A.J. Dillon, he was 14 attempts for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taylor got in there. He was 6 attempts for 18 yards. Jordan Love was 2 attempts for 9 yards. Aaron Rodgers was 2 attempts for 8 yards. For receiving, Devontae Adams was 11 catches for 136 yards and a touchdown. Allen Lazard was 6 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones was 5 receptions for 30 yards. A.J. Dillon was 2 receptions for 20 yards. EQ St. Brown, he was 1 reception for 14 yards. Winfrey was 1 reception for 12 yards. DeGuara was 2 receptions for 11 yards. Davis was 2 receptions for 9 yards. Marquez Valdez-Scantling was 1 reception for 3 yards. Mannion was 22 of 36 for 189 yards, 1 touchdown, and a whopping 84.1 quarterback rating. Hond got in there. He was 2 for 3 for 5 yards. Rushing, Mannion was 2 attempts, 14 yards. Cook, Delvin Cook, was 9 attempts for 13 yards. Receiving, Jefferson, 6 catches for 58 yards. Osborne was 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Conklin was 5 receptions for 47 yards. Bradbury was 1 reception for 21 yards. Madison was 4 receptions for 13 yards. Westbrook was 1 reception for 4 yards. Ham was 1 reception for 1 yard. And Dalvin Cook had 3 receptions for 0 yards. Now, I honestly don't believe that Minnesota wanted to even be on the field. They just didn't play very well. I realized Kirk Cousins was out. He had COVID protocols and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if Zimmer's job was on the line, especially right here, but it could have been. But they just didn't play like they had a lot of energy and a lot to play for or something. I don't know. They just seemed dead. Packers also had a slow start. Getting accustomed to that, I guess. But then they turned it on and rolled in some points. Check out our social media. I also have some co-creators that are friends of mine that are great channels also. I have Adam James, Sideline Scoop, and a Hip Hip Lady. Some very informative channels. Go Pack Go!